My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Rhapsody Plays a Control deck in the Hearthstone ladder. The thing about Control versus Rush is even when you lose as Control, you can feel proud of yourself, right? I was talking about this at the end of last episode. By the way, if you missed that, there is a link in the description to a playlist with all of the Hearthstone ranked episodes. Yeah, you can often feel like, well, I made some good decisions in that game, I did this. You feel like you're learning something. Whereas often when you play other decks, you feel like scum. I'm just trying to make every single fucking one of you that played my stupid Hunter mech deck, I want to make you feel like shit, because you should. You trash. If this is Mech Mage, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. The Mech Mage matchup is actually really bad, off the back of the fact that they run 2 Water Elementals and 2 Snow Chuggers. I haven't seen that in the Mech Mage matchup. Why would that card be in Mech Mage? Let's think about it. You usually only run the Knife Juggler in Constructed if you are going to instantly populate the board. Think Implosion, or Unleash the Hounds, or blowing up your own Haunted Creeper. So why would you run it in this deck? With that many low minions, I'm actually going to develop the Armor Smith. So why would you run it in this deck? Oh wait, with that many low minions, they're going to have low removal, so they're going to be a Frostbolt or a Flame Cannon. But then that passes priority back to me, and I get to play Deathspite. But then I have to worry about the fucking Water Elemental. There we go, that's the one I'm worried about. I guess Mirror Image could be your sudden population. Ah. I need Brawl. Uh-oh. So I attack with that. The problem is Snow Chugger is now almost definite to freeze me infinitely. That's the whole point of putting Snow Chugger behind these. I'm now frozen forever. So do I just get the charge out of the weapon while I can? Yeah. I guess because I can't really do anything else well on curve. And if my opponent wants to freeze me, they have to sacrifice their other Mirror Image. Now I need to draw... Ooh, I don't even know. I don't know. Would I execute that if I drew Whirlwind Execute? I mean, I have Whirlwind, so would I execute it? It's an interesting question. I think I might. Damn it. They did that in the right order, by the way. Hey? Oh no, it triggers out of order. Shit. Alright, I still have to do it, unfortunately. So, what I was hoping for... Well, actually, if it... Okay, so if I hit that, since my Death Rattle was played first, my Death Rattle will trigger first, and then the 2 1/1s will summon, so I'll actually attack the face. It's just 4 extra damage, right? You can see my Whirlwind happened, and then the 2 1/1s were summoned. They would still be there if I attacked the Haunted Creeper. That's literally 4 free damage to the face. Using the Whirlwind in that situation was actually super important. I did need to remove that badly. Ooh, okay. Really? That's interesting. So it's not Mirror Image. That means most likely it's Duplicate or possibly Counterspell. It's usually Duplicate though. So I guess this is probably the most valuable for my opponent. So I kill this. Well, that's the most valuable for my opponent. So that doesn't trigger Duplicate, so it's not Duplicate. At this point, I feel pretty solid in my lead here. But then again, last turn they didn't cast anything, so it can be assumed that they didn't cast anything because they have a lot of spells in hand, right? Or they didn't play anything because they have a lot of spells in hand. There's a Leponome. Which means no Flame Strike. Because you would Flame Strike this board, run that in, I have to assume. Okay, Blizzard, it's fine. Have you still got enough for removal though? Are you going to sacrifice this and this to kill that? You'd summon me a 2-1 and then I'd run that into your Leponome. I'd still have board advantage with a 5-2. Are you taking a half? That's a half measure. Okay. Guess I could clear that with the Cruel Task. That seems correct. Yeah. Back to work. And just... I should have shield blocked first. Oh, it's a counterspell. Okay. Hey, I got a fucking Brawl in hand. I don't care if you know, counterspell my shield block. I've got another one. And if you're running a counterspell, usually you're running 2. Right? You're not running it as, you know, deck tech.
Mind if I roll knee?
That's probably counterspell, I have to assume. Because you didn't play it until you had the other secret out. Until the other secret was dead, sorry. Which means that you couldn't play it while the other secret was out. Which means it's the same secret. That's a dumb move. Now I'm just going to sacrifice Loatheb. Cleave. So this came out onto the board first. Actually, I'll cast Cleave anyway. Yeah, because if it's counterspell, I want to trigger it. Okay. Now, that's duplicate. So the one that came out onto the board first is the one that gets duplicated. So that should be two Undertakers right there. You can ping this again next turn, but I'm just going to develop a... No, that'll get sheeped.
I can take the hit.
Okay, so I guess I'm scared of Flame Strike, but I know that card isn't Flame Strike, that card isn't Flame Strike, that card isn't Flame Strike, that card could be, because that was from the Loot Hoarder, that was from the top deck. Mana Worm Flame Strike.
Bring out your
Mana Worm Undertaker.
Bring out your
Undertaker.
dead. Bring out
Undertaker.
your dead.
Ha!
Well played.
Thank you.
I don't even have lethal. I'm just being a dick by saying well played, actually. I guess I still do attack the face, though. Because if I draw a single weapon, I'll win.
I have no time for games.
Also, if my opponent manages to flip the board, I'll just brawl. I don't care. How many win conditions do I have off the top deck? Right now, if my whole board is cleared, then I have the Gorehowl. Is that it? Yeah, right now it's Gorehowl. That's it. Okay. Blizzard? No, you wouldn't ping the other one if you had Blizzard, so it's not Blizzard. You can double hit to kill this, but then I get to Cruel Taskmaster attack the face. Both of those are already attacked. Do you have one more damage? Why would you attack with the... Well played. Was this... Wait, this is the first... Yes! This is the first match of this episode. Sorry, I keep... brain... Gone. I can't brain today. I'm sorry. It's too hot to brain.
Get
I seriously just put a shitload of ice in that glass and now I'm just drinking it as it melts. Against Druid, so Ramp. I can't keep Sneed's Old Shredder this early. Against Ramp, I want card draw really early, so I want the... Yeah. So far. What I really wanted was Acolytes of Pain. And Death Spite and stuff like that. Coin Wild Growth. So that means they have a turn 3 play, so I'm going to assume that is either Shade of Naxxramas or... Shade of Naxxramas or the... whatchamacallit? Harvest Golem. So if it's Harvest Golem, there might be a mech flavor to this... Oh, God. These Ramp Druids, seriously. I've had it happen a few times, mostly on casual when I'm playing for gold. Okay, so... Actually, I haven't got a good next turn play either, so Fiery War Axe. This is just about efficiency, because I can armor up this turn and then Fiery War Axe and then armor up next turn, whereas I can't armor up twice next turn. Anyway, these fucking Druids, you don't coin a Wild Growth if you don't have a turn 3 play. Why? There's no reason to do that. You're wasting the coin. You butts. You butsed it up. Anyway, against Ramp, this has a pretty good percentage chance of win. I just need to draw some executes. Which I guess isn't up to me. Oh, really? You're playing that game. Interesting. Well, I guess I Whirlwind and attack it. Because I am removal. Yeah. Whirlwind, attack. Face. Actually, it would have been correct to attack first and then Whirlwind, because then I would have one more armor, and that would be really effective for one more range on my Shield Slam. That was incorrect, and it could cost me something. Could. Especially if he innovates something really big this time. Then I'll be pretty sad. I've got to think about the removal that my opponent would be holding back and not wanting to use on a Lonely Armor Smith.
Strike.
Now, I will use a shield block because it is on curve, and I'll use it before anything else, just in case I want to... No. Not going to develop the Armor Smith yet. It's a free shield block right now. It's just draw a card, basically. So turn 7, we start to see really threatening things, like the Ancient of Law drawing 2 cards, the Ancient of War being a 5/10. There's no way you've drawn... that was Starlog. So there's no way you've drawn Fugan yet, right? You do have 5 mana left, so you'd cast Fugan if you did, and then you'd get your... wish, basically. But then again, I can kill a Thaddeus pretty quickly. It'd be really nice to steal a Thaddeus, though. Do I attack Fiery War Axe? No. Okay, so shield block for the armor. Cruel Task, that's pretty good. Armor Smith. Armor up attack. So this is going to be one of those games where I stack armor. And just basically, my response to my opponent is, can you fucking deal with all this? Can you deal with all this armor? Nah. That's literally what I do all game. So, the problem with fucking Sneed's Old Shredder is you usually have to use 2 forms of removal on it. So I'm gonna do that first. See what he gets. Extraza. So I can remove Alexstrasza. It would be 3, 1, 1. No, I can't do it that way. Cruel Task Execute. Whirlwind, Execute, Sludge Belcher. That's actually a little better. Damn, that's so much premium removal used so far. I also had the option of getting 1 more armor for 1 more health of the Sludge Belcher by casting him before the Whirlwind. But I don't think that would be would have been an effective tactic. I wonder if my opponent has naturalizers and they have to hold them back because, I mean, my hand is as it is currently. Looks like I actually do have to rely on the 50-50 from Ragnaros. Yep. Knock him dead, Swagnaros. I love you. I always have, Swagnaros. Ever since we met that day in the park. Oh, I remember it so clearly. I was there picking daisies. You were smiting people. It's actually quite terrifying if I think about it now. That's so... When it hits, Ragnaros is one of the most efficient removal spells in the entire video game. Like, it's actually insane. Hit.
Strike. Strike. Let the pain speak to me.
You can't get... You can't hit him. You can't knock him all dead all the time. Now this is here basically because if my opponent swipes at this point, or starfalls at this point, or uses any board clear except for poison seeds at this point, I will get infinite armor and infinite cards. And then there will be no way to beat me. So I'm really interested in seeing what they do. They do have that many cards in hand, right? So they have to have options. It's just what options? That interests me.
Feed you to master.
Okay. I think I have a shield slam left. No, I used the first shield slam to kill... Yeah, I have a shield slam left. I need that shield slam. Actually, no, I don't have lethal. Well, I could if I get the correct shot with this. Actually, that's a problem. That is a problem. If Fugan gets hit, my opponent will have the 12-12 on their turn. That is a problem. How much of a problem is it? Do I have lethal anyway? 3, 3, so that's a total of 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can push 9 damage. What if I draw... Hang on, I'm gonna draw quickly 2 cards from this. Show me what you got. That's the shield slam. Wait. Shield slam. Kill this. I got it, man. Then Sylvanas. Shield slam my own Sylvanas to take the Fugan. And now, if my opponent kills Fugan, I get a 12-12. And it's a clear shot for Ragnaros. Hey, hey. Look at those eyebrows. Millhouse, lower your eyebrows. And the other one. I'm so interested to see how my opponent's going to survive this. I have to assume it's going to be like... Yeah, Ancient Healbot, Healing Touch, Taunt. Oh, Nourish. Is that lethal? Not yet! Again, fucking Ragnaros, and you're not hitting the... Actually, it might be. Yeah, that's exact lethal. Right? Yes, that is exact lethal. Okay, so I attack that, kill that, and then I attack this. Well played. Are you not entertained?
My thanks.
And we're on a win streak. Hell yeah. I liked that game. Oh man, this is what I miss about playing Control. You get to finish a game no matter whether you win or lose and feel like, fuck yeah, man. This is a good video game. Whereas you play Rush decks, or you play purely against Rush decks, and then it's just like,
Garrosh versus Valera.
So I have seen a miracle on ladder recently. It was hilarious. Oh my god. I had a great time laughing about it. But I'm not certain if this is a miracle. Because it could be rogue. Could be rogue. Fucking great work, Ryan. You just diagnosed that your opponent is a rogue. Good on you. It could be the mech rogue type stuff that I was playing earlier. It could be an aggression rogue. It could be a number of different things. Now, with this many weapons in hand, you might be tempted to hit the face, but these might be the only weapons we draw for quite some time. No. Nuh-uh, you don't hit the face fucking almost ever as warrior, unless you got lethal. Well, as the control warrior, at least. You just armor up, and you wait. And you remove, and you wait.
I am ready.
Okay. So this deck is going to be running an Iron Sensei, and I'm going to keep my Shield Slam for that, because it's actually super, super important to efficiently remove that card. Ooh, do I Cruel Taskmask for... No. Cruel Taskmask is more likely to be played as Divine Shield removal for an Annoyatron, probably, actually. Or an Execute trigger. Really depends. Piloted Shredder. What?
That was an error.
I might have to shield block shield slam that. No. So my opponent gets to save 2 mana this turn. I can't afford to play that defensively. If they're running a mech deck, they could cast legitimately 4 cards this turn. And they are running a mech deck. Only 2 cards they've played so far. Fucking mechs. Okay, Piloted Shredder. Oh, Eviscerate. So unless we now see a, fuck is that card called? I done straight out forgot. If I had Cleave in my hand, I would be the happiest man ever. That one's more damaging, that one's got to be removed first though. Is it true? Shield block, shield slam. What kind of high end is a deck like this going to be running? Shield block, shield slam. It's correct. Anyway, what was I saying? Fuck, I was saying things. Wish I had Cleave. Wish I was a little bit taller. Wish I was a baller. Wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat and a number of other things. Fucked if I know, man. Whirlwind would actually probably be a really good draw. No, it wouldn't. It would be an okay draw. Do I develop the Gorehowl this early, or do I need to develop a board? So this would be board, this would be obviously Gorehowl. I'm going to assume that there is barely anything that my opponent can do to just straight out remove this that they want to do. That's my assumption. I mean, like, you don't want to trigger a combo and then eviscerate a 1/4. Especially when you know I have another Sludge Belcher in my deck.
I wonder.
So let's think about the efficient rogue removal, right? Sap, pretty bad. Send something back to our hand. Really? Don't make no sense. I've got to assume Deadly Poison, Tinker's Sharpsword, and then that's the win condition, right? I've got to assume. Deadly Poison? If you start off with Deadly Poison, I know that to be true. Okay. I guess I have to Whirlwind now, unfortunately. I need Cleave. Where's Cleave? Attack face, Cleave. Whirlwind, attack face, Cruel Taskmaster this. And then I can Sylvanas. Okay. There is a possibility my opponent had lethal next turn, and that's why I couldn't use the Grommash Hellscream. All it would have been is 10 plus 4, I would have pushed 14 damage to the face. The opponent would have been on 9, and then I would have possibly lost. Excellent. Do it. Do it, son. I fucking double dare you. Brilliant. Now I just got to draw into some win conditions.
This guy's
Oh, that's not good. At least my opponent doesn't have too many charges of this Assassin's Blade left, because I was really worried about that. Oh, Time Rewinder. Okay.
Ha, this guy's toast.
You gotta have some crazy-ass lethal in your hand for me to believe that bullshit for 1 second. Okay. So I have 16 damage currently next turn. And that is through attacking to the face with Gorehell, Grommash Hellscream being Whirlwinded, attacking to the face with 10. Right? So with one draw, the only card that would win me the game is if I drew a Cruel Taskmaster, and I think I've played both. Okay.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
I can live through this, but it's not going to be pretty. Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza doesn't live me through this, does it? No. So, living through this, I think, looks like Grommash Hellscream, Whirlwinds, But then I die to 1 damage. So it would be Grommash Hellscream, Whirlwind, attack the Edwin with Eviscerate. Sorry, Execute, and then Grommash Hellscream runs into this. Because if I take any damage, I'm dead next turn. Alternatively, my opponent has 6. No, I die next turn. Wait. I can survive on just a little more health by doing this, and then that. And it threatens lethal next turn unless my opponent top decks 4 damage. Well, 3 damage, sorry. And it can't be comboed, so that means Eviscerate no longer kills me, Shiv no longer kills me unless it draws something that does. Tinker's Sharpsword still does, Deadly Poison still does. No, Deadly Poison's only 2 damage. Deadly Poison doesn't kill me either. Most charge minions do.
Well played.
And fuck you. Yeah! I really like playing control decks, man. Oh my god. Do you know how good I feel about that win? So good. So good. I feel nice, like sugar and spice. See, I don't know that my opponent... I don't know what card that was, but if that was 1 damage, the alternative play, which seemed correct from the start, would have been so fucking wrong, and we would have lost off the back of it. I love control. Anyway, sorry, I'm just gushing. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone Ranked. We've been playing a control freak warrior. You'll be able to find the deck list down in the description below. I will be updating that deck list while I make adjustments for the meta. There are very few adjustments that I want to make right now. When I have a larger sample size of matches, I'll be considering a few more things. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. If you have, please click like. It does help me get my content out to new people and also makes me feel really happy inside. Playlist description if the other episodes words of hopefully you've been enjoying yourself. We'll see you next time. Yay!